Today on South Walton Fishing Adventures.
I'm Captain Dalton. We're here in Hogtown Bayou this morning. We're going to head out in Choctawhatchee Bay, see if we can't get on some redfish and big jack crevalle.
There we go. I'm exhausted at 7:30. Good way. What's funny is when we planned this trip, I was like, man, I sure hope we catch something, as opposed to, okay, I've caught enough. How many more can we catch?
Holy moly.
In South Walton, Florida, it's hard not to be drawn to the diverse waterways. From the Gulf of Mexico and the Choctawhatchee Bay to the rare coastal dune lakes. So come take a ride as colorful locals cast a line and share their passions on all the onshore activities that make this area such a vibrant destination. Welcome to South Walton Fishing Adventures.
All right, I'm Captain Dalton. We're here in Hogtown Bayou this morning. We're going to head out in Choctawhatchee Bay, see if we can't get on some redfish and big jack crevalle. This time of the year, the redfish and jacks are in here real thick. The bait gets in here super thick, and they just get in here feeding.
I am Jason Medina, owner of Pedego 30A. We are here in Walton County, down here in Hogtown Bayou, and we're about to go do some fishing. I brought my wife with me, or my better half, Emily Medina, and we're gonna go out there and hit it.
I'm Dalton.
Hey Dalton, Emily.
Nice to meet you. Y'all guys doing all right today?
Yeah. How about you?
Good.
Good.
Dalton.
Jason.
Jason, nice
Pleasure
to meet you, man. We all guys ready to climb aboard?
Let's do it.
Go get after some fish. We're gonna be chasing big redfish and jacks today.
Awesome.
Okay.
Today, so a lot of action hopefully, and hope you all have a good time.
I hope
Awesome.
so.
Yeah.
So Pedego 30A is an all-electric bike shop based out of 30A, and we do all things tours, rentals, service, sales, the whole thing of electric bikes. So it's just kind of a really cool way to get around our area, because being outside is the only way to be in our area.
Whenever we see these fish, there was one just blow up right here, and I'm gonna let y'all throw it a couple times. You just want to cast this topwater lure pretty much as far as you can, and then just pretty much reel them on top like this, kind of. And you can pop it every once in a while if you want. And whenever a fish eats it, you're gonna know it. He's gonna come up and really, it's gonna make a big explosion, yeah.
Okay. There he goes. You're supposed to be showing us, not catching.
Yeah, well,
Real quick.
Yeah, there you go. Keep on reeling, keep on reeling. He's gonna pull hard now. Put your hand a little hard. There you go.
Oh gosh.
There you go. Walk forward a little bit. Keep on walking forward. There you go. Not real, not real. Stick your rod tip down in the water a little bit. Keep your rod tip off the side of the boat. There you go. Perfect. You don't really want your line ever touching the side of the boat. Now he's all yours. And whenever he's running hard like that, you don't gotta reel. You can just kind of hold pressure on it whenever he's running really hard like that. Whenever he gives up, gives you a little slack, then reel on him. Well, we think we got a fish on. We're not sure yet.
Oh my.
Nice one. First fish of the day.
How about that?
I'll hold him, take a picture with him.
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna let him go. Turn him back to the water. This one's over the slot. This one's probably pushing up there. This measuring tape only goes to 24. I got real one in the gunnel, but he's up there 29 inches probably. We're gonna go ahead and send him back loose.
What are the rules?
They got to be in between 18 and 27 inches to keep them in Florida, and you can have one per person.
That was my first fish pretty much ever, other than the little guy that I caught off the dock once. Yeah, so first redfish. Very cool.
Stay tuned for more fun from South Walton Fishing Adventures. To learn more about South Walton, go to visitsouthwalton.com. Located on Northwest Florida's Gulf Coast, South Walton is continually recognized as a premier destination. From grand beach houses overlooking the Gulf of Mexico to cozy romantic cottages, South Walton has a wide variety of beach accommodations, ideal for the perfect vacation for 2 or 20 people. There are also full-service resorts to pamper you, family-friendly hotels to keep you comfortable, and campsites and RV resorts to get you close to nature.
Coming back to my area, I kind of wanted to do something that nobody else was doing. Nobody between Austin, Texas and Jacksonville, Florida was doing e-bikes. I called the corporate guys at Pedego and I told them I wanted to open in South Walton. They were like, what is South Walton? And I said, I think it'll work. Our first year out, we were the #1 dealer in the world, so we sold more Pedegos than anybody. And that is because our infrastructure here is so ripe for bike riding. I mean, everywhere you get when people get here, again, to kind of unplug from that vehicle or the car and spend time with family, an e-bike is just a great way to kind of equalize everybody all the way down, so you can get to see more and get to see the whole community of South Walton, whether it's to the beach, to a restaurant or shopping, or, you know, it makes everything bike friendly away, and there's no parking issues or traffic issues or anything of the latter.
All right, so I'm gonna let you take over this rod. You pretty much seen how I did everything?
Yeah.
You want me to show you how to throw it again?
Yeah.
All right, so you reel it up. You want about 2 foot of line hanging down, something like that.
Okay.
And this bell right here, you want to grab the line with your finger.
Okay.
Open this bell up.
Okay.
And then just kind of flip it out there. And whenever you flip it out there, just shut this bell back. But pretty much just reel it like that and just work it. You know, you ain't got to bounce it like I'm doing. You can just reel it straight, and you'll feel whenever you eat it.
Okay. Thanks.
And whenever he does eat it, just start reeling faster then. Pick up on your rod tip hard, real faster than that.
Real faster
Yep,
than that?
real faster, yep. There you go, about like that right there. Perfect.
There we go.
There we go, fish on. Uh-oh, we got one up front too now. Swimming toward the boat. So you can swing your rod tip all the way around the front of the boat up there if you want,
Okay.
if he tries to go under it or anything. I'll drop, touch some slack, there you go.
Oh.
We got another
Super rad.
Got a tail cat on over here. We're gonna catch that, turn that guy loose, and if you want, you can just kind of lean over the side back there and just kind of ease him off in the water, and he swim right off.
My first redfish. No big deal.
Do you ever keep what you catch and like cook it? And
Yes, ma'am. This time of the year, it is a little harder, more difficult to catch the keeper fish, but that's not. You can still do it. You know, we can catch speckled trout and redfish. I already told you about the redfish. They got to be in between 18 and 27. And we'll catch a couple out here today probably that are in the slot, which is all you can keep anyways. And then the speckled trout, you can have 5 of those per person. You get off?
maybe.
Keep on reeling, another one will probably eat it. When they eat these swim baits, they eat the whole thing. So a lot of times they won't shake it out.
This guy's awesome.
So a lot of times when they get that big, that's when they make us turn them loose. All over 27 inches, that's when they start breeding. They say they start producing twice as many eggs.
So once we get these fish in a red drum, pretty amazing. But yeah, I mean, getting them on board, I mean, they were gigantic. In fact, they were too big to actually take home because they create so many fish apparently. But yeah, the noise that they make, almost like this croaking, sound is pretty unique. It's something that you don't normally hear, but man, they're super fun to catch.
There he is. Now rod tip up. There you go.
So far this morning pretty much sucks. Catching fish all day. If you're interested in that, you shouldn't show. If you want a boring routine, go somewhere else. I'm exhausted at 7:30. Good way.
So this time of the year, you're not going to get out here and just you know, necessarily crush them like we are right now, but you can get right there off the dock and catch them. You know, these bulls, they get up in that tide into the bayou, and you can catch them right there from the dock. You know, just it may take you a little while, but you hang out there and fish, or even from Pilcher Park this time of the year, off the 331 bridge. They get pretty thick down that way too. You can fish right there and catch them. Real good time.
He's a big one. Holy manoli. He's big.
I'm hoping we'll get
Wowie.
beautiful fish.
What's uncontracted?
Send him back in the water for you.
See you in a little bit, buddy.
Come on, come bite our hook again.
We'll be right back with more South Walton Fishing Adventures. South Walton Fishing Adventures is brought to you by the Choctawhatchee Basin Alliance inspires water stewardship through education, research, monitoring, and restoration. Learn more at basinalliance.org.
So one of the biggest questions we get is, what is an e-bike? An e-bike is just like a regular bike, just way better. So they all have typically a little motor in the back wheel and a battery. Most of our bikes have what's called pedal assist, so a little sensor in the pedals. So as you start to pedal, it basically helps you out. It gets you a little further, a little faster, kind of in your direction that you want to get there, and it allows you to see our entire South Walton area much easier, even in the heat, no matter what, any kind of hills, it tackles all that stuff for you. So we have generations come in here from grandma to kids to the parent, and everybody kind of goes out and rides together. It's kind of neat the way the whole pack kind of hangs out.
Oh yeah. There you go. You ain't got to reel no more. So when you get pretend you want to you want to be able to whenever you stop reeling, say if you got a fish on like this, you want to be able to whenever you say pretend the fish wasn't on your hook, you want to be able to pick your rod up in the air and your lure come right to your hand right here.
All right. So he's just a little bit too big.
Yeah. This one's about 33.
Yeah. Nice.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
If I just. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Picture?
Just
You good?
set
You
him
can
back.
just toss them head first. Just kind of dump them head first. This one off. Off you go.
There you go. Is there rules on casting in between other people's
Nope.
lines?
You
No.
cast where you want.
All right.
There's no rule until you get a fish on. You got to get out of the way.
There he is. On this side?
Yep.
What's funny is when we planned this trip, I was like, man, I sure hope we catch something, as opposed to, okay,
I've caught enough.
how many more can we catch?
Had to outdo me. Holy moly. Wow.
So these fish are averaging, this one's about 18, 19 pounds.
Wow.
Dang. Nice
You
job.
said 67 pounds? That sounds crazy.
I have a couple to it.
1, 2, 3, cheese. Hot dog style cheese. Nice.
Super rad.
Yeah.
So we've been out here for a couple hours now, maybe an hour and a half. We've put a lot of nice redfish in the boat so far. We've yet to catch a jack, but we're after one of them too. There we go.
There you go.
So to leave it about like
Yep,
that?
and then just when you get them that close, just kind of pick up on your rod to bring them closer to the boat. So did y'all guys meet here or?
We met in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, I had just graduated high school. He had just come to Jacksonville and get stationed there with Coast Guard.
You go.
So before today, I had never fished, and now I'm discussing with Jason about buying a boat. This is awesome.
Yeah, I've been actually working this out for 6 months. Growing up in the area, like I said, I'm a waterman by heart. I grew up sailing. We sailed to Mexico, all kinds of different places, which sparked my whole Coast Guard thing. Just that one day where we went out, you know, you're trying to convince your wife, like, oh, boats are cool and our area is cool for boats, but like she's, you know, kind of like, yeah, sure. But one day on the water and what it can do to you has went from the end of the day being like, yeah, sure, to like, I want a boat now. You know what I mean? And like, cause you know, I think it was that connection point, and now you want to share that with your kids and with your friends and with whoever else, because it's that other aspect that you don't get to touch every day, and you just want to touch it more often. And I think the boat is truly, especially for our area, the avenue for that.
We'll be right back with more South Walton fishing adventures. In South Walton, approximately 40% of the land is protected from future development. Amazing beaches, coastal dune lakes, and beautiful parks and trails are all just part of what makes South Walton an appealing destination. It's a perfect spot for those who want to enjoy a more natural and unspoiled beach environment. South Walton Fishing Adventures is brought to you by the Choctawhatchee Basin Alliance. Inspires water stewardship through education, research, monitoring, and restoration. Learn more at basinalliance.org.
If y'all want to come out here and book a trip, out here catching these big redfish, big jacks, in the springtime catching trout and redfish, you know, you can go to Stinky's Bait Shack. Book right through there, or you know, you can call them, or you can look us up online at stinkysfishingcharters.com. There he is. Right there will get you. And another one.
Nice. That was a quick one.
Send him on back. He was ready to rock and roll.
This area is bred on its outdoors and all the parks, and I mean, there's a ton of Point Washington alone, like between hiking and bike riding, and I mean, it's amazing. I mean, there's pretty much not a spot you can't go and find something outside, you know.
Love to ride bikes. Do a lot of that with my kids because they can do that pretty easily. Really anything on the water. I could just sit on the beach and look at it. It's a great thing about living here. There's, you know, when you can actually get out and play in your backyard, it's amazing. We have so much to do here.
That's a good one there. You about got him.
I love the fact that you keep backing up.
There you go.
I beat you.
That one's, yeah, that one.
I beat you.
That one is pretty big. Gotcha.
I think this is awesome. Well, for my first fishing trip, this has been pretty epic. My arms feel a little rubbery. Did some work today, much more than I expected, so it's been super fun. Definitely recommend Captain Dalton. Didn't really know what to bring, so just brought some water and a hat. Lost my hat, have a replacement hat, so next time I'll bring an extra one, but other than that, it's been a great time.
So our fishing trip day was a picturesque day in South Walton. The water was perfect climate, little dew, birds chirping. I mean, it was really kind of a fantastic day. By the time we launched and went out, I was under this idea that we'd have this super long commute to the fishing spot or whatever, and they're like, no, it's right there. And I mean, 2 minutes later, we were there, and then fish were hitting, and they were hitting all day long.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed everything.
Yeah, man.
It was a great
Super
time.
awesome.
Thank
Very
you.
cool, very
Great
cool.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know how beginners y'all were. I don't think you're too much beginner. She said
First
she was a
time
beginner over here. First cast I missed one. The second one, she said, just give me the rod, I'll do it.
Maybe your family would like to experience an adventure of their own. If so, head on over to visitsouthwalton.com to start planning your trip. And we'll see you here next time for more South Walton fishing adventures.